You're watching TTT Boxing in association with IFL TV and KO Clothing. I'm here with Lucas Big Daddy Browne. Thanks for joining us, Lucas.
How you doing?
Very well, thank you, mate. Very well. Good to catch up. Yes. Lots happened since we last spoke. The controversy and everything that swirled around this this VADA sample. So just chat a bit about that and let everyone know what's going on. I suppose is what I wanted to do first of all. So my first question, I know that we spoke just after the news broke of the failed test, after that had come out on Twitter, and I suppose I'm interested to hear what the initial reaction was from the media and the public towards yourself, because obviously the bandwagon had got very full in the week previous, and did you find, was there a bit more space to move on the bandwagon, so to speak?
I think a lot of the Australian public was straight away, no, it's bullshit, behind me 100%. I think the ones that jumped on the bandwagon in regards to drug cheat and abuse and all that sort of stuff were all the UK Twitter fans, unfortunately. They went bananas, and everyone's got their opinion, that's fine, but there's a certain sort of class that you should have, and you don't just jump on something and say you're a drug cheat when you have no idea what the hell's going on now. And or at least read the story or let the story unfold first, you know what I mean? So thanks to Dan Raphael for leaking that one out. I don't know how he got the email and all the rest of it, but obviously he knew before anyone else did in the world. I woke up at 4:30 a.m. In Perth, and the phone was just ringing, and I answered it. Obviously we got done for however you want to call it, So I sort of sat there and awesome. I just won it. I haven't had a time to celebrate it, and it's been taken off me already.
And
that's awesome.
didn't even have the belt.
I didn't even have the belt. It was supposedly coming in the mail, and it still hasn't got here. So I'm assuming it's not. Well,
we'll wait and see. I suppose what happened with that, and then again, what was the reaction after the press release that you guys put out around the random test that you had on the Monday of the fight, which came out clean, and that was blood and urine taken by VADA, so that came out clean. And did you find that people were a bit more forgiving when that news came out?
I think very much so. It was. We didn't have as much information to sort of tell everyone anyway, so everyone just assumed, okay, here's a drug cheat, and that was sort of the end of it. But we had a random, now I being random, I was at breakfast, they said, oh, we're here. I went, okay, no worries. So they sat next to me at the table, watched me eat breakfast. We walked to my hotel room, did it all there with the blood and urine. 3 or 4 days before the fight, completely clear, which is fine. Also, I said, so what, my exact words, so I'll see you after the fight. They said, oh, we might see you before.
Right.
So it's just random, that's the point.
So they could be as many as they want.
Nothing, why would I then take Clenbuterol before the fight, not having to strip weight, being a heavyweight fighter? I was on weight for a 12-week camp that was done properly and everything else. Take Clenbuterol knowing I'm going to be tested. Knowing after the fight and knowing that I could possibly be tested at any particular point in time. So rock up to the country 3 days before, get tested, clear, and then take the Brewdog. It just does not make sense. And
in between that test on the Monday and the actual fight, I mean, were you even doing any real training at all? Would there be any benefit in anything like that?
No. In terms of losing weight, no, hell no. You have to be on it for, obviously I've researched since. I've got mates who are bodybuilders and trainers of bodybuilders, all that sort of stuff. They think it's borderline sort of abuse on my end in regards to like the people who are responsible for this. To have that in my system for a 12-round fight is absolutely ridiculous. It could give me a heart attack.
Well, that was another point I wanted to make, was that we've spoken a lot of times about your previous fights, particularly the Rudenko fight, where you struggled yourself with overheating. And this is something that raises your core temperature by 3-4 degrees. So there seems to be no real, from where I'm sitting in that respect, no real advantage for you to have that
at all. Like in all respects, if I was going to take the Clenbuterol, it would have been way before. It would have been for an actual period, a stint, all that sort of stuff. And regardless of anything else, I would not take it the day of the fight, the day before the fight, whatever the hell it is. Because it makes no sense.
Yeah, absolutely. And also, another thing that sort of come up and is an interesting point, which hasn't been spoken about too much in the media, is that in order for that to have happened, you would have had to have smuggled a banned substance through Australian and Russian and Chechen customs.
Not too worried about the Chechen. I just went straight through. I didn't even show my passport in Chechen.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Boom, straight through. But through Russia and through Australian customs
Yeah,
and everything else.
and I've been through both of their customs, and I know that they're not lackadaisical about it.
You can't. And like, again, why would I bother trying to take something into another country when I've got a world title fight? Like, it's a 12-round world title fight. I'm going to be nervous as it is. The world is on my shoulders, or Australia, all that sort of stuff is on my shoulders, so to speak. I'm going to be nervous regardless. So why would I take something that's going to make my heart go triple the speed?
Yeah.
Having previously had all the heating situations, all that sort of stuff, I've just learned from my mistakes and did it right. Like, people saying that I was the best I ever looked, and some of the photos looked unreal, but that was also because of the lighting.
Yeah, and if we go back, we've got an interview, at least one interview where we talk about the lighting, in that gym.
Was perfect, and I loved it. But yeah, in actual fact, I was trimmed at I was 113.7, I believe it was.
Yeah.
I was 114.1 for towers.
Yeah.
It's like 0.4. So, the lightest you've ever been, you must have been cheating. So, fuck it, it wasn't even a kilo. Like,
absolutely.
Come on.
And like I say, we spoke about your weight the whole way through camp. In all the interviews that we did, there was it was always something that you were thinking about and aiming for. So
as long as I was fit and where I needed to be, that's all that mattered. I didn't care about the weight. I was just happy. I did everything perfectly. So it was great.
Perfect. And so where we are now, then, the B sample has been done. I saw something on Twitter from Ben Damon
today,
in the next today in America, so tomorrow maybe. So once that's been done, that's the B sample, which comes from the exact same specimen, so the same piss that you did that day was split up between the two samples.
Right,
so wait for the result of that. And is there any timeline for decisions to be made, or for any court to adjourn, or anything like that on what's happening?
Unfortunately, got no idea. The B sample, I'm under the assumption the B sample is going to come back the same as A. Why wouldn't it?
Yeah.
But in past cases, Sam Solomon being one where the B sample was clear.
Yeah. And I think in that case, it was they thought maybe the instrument was where
something was tainted, something or all that sort of stuff. So I've got fingers crossed, of course, you know what I mean. But I'm not holding my breath. I'm not sure if it's VADA that makes the decision or WBA.
Yeah.
And also, will I be banned, if banned, from WBA or boxing?
Yeah.
Which is the next one. So I know Ortiz got done for like an actual muscle builder steroid sort of thing, and only got 8 months.
Yeah. So you'd hope
and
that.
then straight back to the WBA and fight for the belt again. So considering it was like the minute trace of Clenbuterol, which is bullshit for me to have in my system anyway. I can't see myself getting more than 6 months if it goes that route. It's just unfortunate that I literally have not been able to celebrate a world title. I beat the guy.
Yeah.
I think it's a complete sort of insurance policy for them, because now it becomes a no contest if it's all how it happens. It becomes a no contest. So it's either a win or loss for either of us.
Yeah.
No contest means he keeps the belt. So
and then we're back where we were. And that wouldn't be the first time that he's regained that belt through a no contest either.
That's right. So it absolutely stinks. I haven't been able to celebrate. I want to walk around Australia and just have my head held high saying, yes, I am that champion that everyone congratulates me for. They still do. It's great. It's fucking unreal. But at the same time, I'm walking around with going, there's this lingering over my head.
That's it, the shadow's still there.
Because it's what it is. Like, I'm doing everything I can. I know that in myself, and like, again, look at my children, all that sort of stuff. I didn't cheat. I'm sweet. I won the fight. I got off the canvas and knocked him out, and I'm happy with that. I can live with that. So I'm not fussed about that. But I do want to get those bigger fights, $1 million, whatever it may be, and it's my future that's at stake rather than anything else. Like, reputation's reputation, that's fine, but this is my actual future. I'm 37 years old as of yesterday, and I need these fights. I need this money. This is where I'm at. I'm finally at the top. I don't take it away.
Yeah, absolutely, and that comes, and same with the tarnishing of the reputation. Even outside of boxing, things like TV appearances and things like that, a lot harder to come by, and sponsorships in particular. Be wary around this. So fingers crossed that we can, that you can put this to bed very soon and get back into the heavyweight landscape, which is very exciting at the moment.
It is
very exciting.
I'm happy with it.
So at the weekend we had a new IBF champion crowned over in the UK. Anthony Joshua stopping Charles Martin in 2 rounds. What are your thoughts on that fight? And
again, Twitter goes off in regards to people just ask me questions about who, what, when, how, all that sort of stuff. And obviously the biggest question, what do you think? And I thought it was a legit 50-50. They're both tall, they're both athletic. the lefty side of things would have, I thought, would have hassled AJ a little bit. I don't think AJ's chin is the best, not that it's bad, but it's mid-range, whatever you want to, however you want to call it. So I assumed Martin would have come out a lot more, being away from home and all this sort of stuff, come out for the bang, at least try and put him away, but he wasn't even there.
No.
So Joshua fought a perfect fight.
Did what he had to do.
Did what he did, he had a smile on his face the whole time, and complete and utter congratulations to the fellow. But I think Martin should have actually turned up to fight. There's obviously there for a payday.
He was being paid enough to turn up, certainly. But
well, it must have been paid enough, considering he's over in UK and all the rest of it. So it must have been enough. Well done to him.
Absolutely. Yeah. Look, well, I think AJ is certainly one of the big money fights in the division now, with the support that he's got in the UK. Everyone talking about him fighting Fury and Haye in the next 12 months. And if you were able to put all this nonsense to bed with the Clenbuterol thing, is travelling to the UK to fight AJ something that you would consider?
100%. Yeah. I think the three that I want to fight in UK, and I'd like to have them in UK because it's just more money for me anyway, is Haye, Joshua, Fury. They're my 3 fights. So if I could honestly have, say, 5 big fights like that, I'll be the happiest fellow on the planet. Win or lose, I'm coming to fight, I'm coming to knock people out, I'm coming for a good fight. So no matter what, the win, lose, whatever it may be, it's going to be a great fight, and that's all that matters.
Well, that's heavyweight boxing, people can win or lose very quickly and very easily. And there's actually another man over in the UK who's trying to line up those 3 fights for himself as well, in Shannon Briggs. There's been some interesting footage over and there, and looks like he's got himself a fight with David Haye coming up in June or July.
The thing I like about David Haye, no matter what, he's a big mouth, he's just that people go on all day. He looks great, he looks the goods, he obviously trains everything else, he can fight, no doubt about it. But it's all about money, and that's great. What else is it about? Obviously he's done the legacy side of things, he's won titles and all that sort of stuff, he's got his name out there, he's promoted himself well. So now, it's about money, and that's the same with me. I've finally done what I need to do, I'm at where I'm at. I just want money fights as well, so I have full credit to Haye. I think it's awesome.
Excellent. Alright, perfect. And is there, as far as you're concerned, is there anything else that you want to get out there to say to the fans while we all wait, I suppose, to see what happens next?
We'll wait, basically, where it stands, we're waiting for the B sample. We'll see how that goes. If not, there are other avenues that we are sort of pursuing. Legal team in America, all this sort of stuff, through those people. There's lots of things we're going on about. I just hope to be able to be cleared to actually hold the belt. Take photos of it, things like that. But just basically get back to fighting. I just want to, I'm 37 as I said now. I don't want to be in it like Briggs walking around at 45 or whatever he is.
At least.
Yelling at people. I just want to have a good sort of 4 or 5 years stint, go hard, make my family, my country, everyone else proud, make some money, and be done with it. It'd be great, So hopefully, if all this bullshit does go wrong, hopefully I only get a 6-month ban and I'll be back. I've been out for 9 months before, so it doesn't bother me.
We all know about that.
So just get that ban and get straight back to where I was and start making some money, have some good fights with some decent heavyweights that are out at the moment.
Excellent. Well, we obviously hope to see all of that sooner rather than later. We'll keep in touch and let everyone know what's going on as soon as you know more. But thanks for your time, Lucas, and we wish you all the best. Cheers, mate.
Thank you.